Hey everybody, Tom here, and today I want to teach you how to set up a game of Chai Tea for Two. Now, Chai Tea for Two is a game that takes place in the Chai world. Like, I've done a video about the game Chai before, and it's by the same designer, it's about tea, all that stuff. But it's not a two-player variant of that game. This game is super duper different than that. And so, yeah, I wanted to say that up front. The other thing that I want to say up front is that I met Dan, the part of Dan and Connie team. I met him when he came to Utah for a board game convention, and we hit it off. We become friends, and he was super nice, and he sent me a copy of this game. I think just kind of to say, hey, look, this is what we've been working on lately. He even said way up front at the beginning, no need to make any content for this. We just want you to have the game, and thanks for your friendship and all that stuff. So I have the game, I've played the game, I like the game, and I wanted to make a video about it. At the recording of this video, let's see, it is the May 16th. It is being kickstarted right now. It has successfully funded, but there are, I don't know, there's like 19 more days to go or something like that, and they're still working on some more stretch goals. I say that because as I take off the lid, this is a prototype version of the game, so the very final version may be different. I believe they're doing a retail version and a deluxe version. This is kind of a hodgepodge of stuff we're going to see in this box. So the exact components that you see might be slightly different, and so on. I usually talk about rulebooks when I do my setup video. This rulebook was pretty good. It explains stuff really well. One critique that I have is it almost like, I don't know if saying that it over explains is useful, but I did have to read it a couple of times. And again, I know that this is not a final version of the rulebook because the game is in production. But there are a couple of things that I did point out to Dan. I said, hey, this was confusing, and they were things that they already knew about and have since addressed. So I did have a couple of hiccups in the rulebook, but it sounds like that will be fixed for final printing. I know that these are add-ons that people can buy. They have these tons of colors. I just barely noticed. They have lots of different colors of dice trays that you can buy as add-ons. I imagine they'll be selling them separately through their website after the campaign. But these are things that he sent to me. These are just simple dice trays that are fun to go with the game. They're beautiful. So I'll be using them in this, but they don't come standard with the game. And my belief, just chatting with Dan, was that they are designing a custom insert for the game, and this doesn't have that. So the insert, I don't think it's been finalized, or I'm not sure if that's a stretch goal or not, but it will come with an insert. Okay, and I'll point out other things as best as I can. All right, so in the box, you're going to have some of these. I believe these are called harvest tokens. We're going to have a harvester and a first player coin. And as I mentioned, some of these are like deluxe components, but some of these are just pretty regular. So this is a regular coin. This is the deluxe coin. I'm going to use this for the gameplay because it's so fun. And so we'll just go ahead and take these out for a second. It actually has a solo mode. So the cards that look like this are solo mode cards, which I'm not going to be doing for this video, so I'm going to go ahead and put those to the side. And you're going to have 6 different types of tea leaves, and I believe the deluxe version of this game, and therefore this version, comes with these tins. So I'm going to guess that a regular version of the game does not come with the tins, but this one does. So I'm just going to go ahead and take these out and pop the lids off. I can do hard things. I don't know why I'm struggling with that. But just so you can kind of see what these different tokens are, and as you're setting up the game, you would want them to be separated. One of the component thoughts or critiques that I have, this is very silly, but all of these leaves look like a single leaf, and this black piece kind of almost looks like a double. I don't know anything about tea, so I can't remember what this type is. It almost looks like a double. It doesn't count as a double. That's just the shape of the piece. So that was just something that I kind of came across a couple of times, was just thinking that that felt like a double leaf, and it's not. Well, whatever. Okay, so I can go ahead and do this. All right, so let me go ahead and get the lids out of the way. So we've got these components. Now each player, this is a dice worker placement game. Each player is going to have a set of dice, and it's 7 dice per player. So I just have these. I actually am the one that has these geek boxes. I just thought that made it easier to store these dice for now. there's going to be a couple of different smaller cards. So you could see like these solo player cards are regular size. These are smaller cards over here. Let me go ahead and crack these open just to get rid of the bag for right now and show you the different types of cards. So the types of cards you're going to have is you're going to have some ship cards. They look like this on the front side, this on the back side. You're going to want to shuffle these up. Sure, something like that. And then we're going to have, these have the same back, but let me show you how they're different on the front. Okay, these types of cards, and there's lots of different types of these cards, but they just won't have a boat on them. Okay, so you're going to want to have that, be aware of those cards, and then we're going to take these, and let's shuffle these up. Oh my gosh, I can do hard things. Okay, and it won't be a perfect shuffling situation, but we'll do a little shuffle-do here. All right, so we've got these cards. This is a slightly thicker stack than this one. Okay, so I got my boats, and can't remember what those are called. It's all fancy names, I don't know. And then we kind of have these character cards that are double-sided. So there's a basic side that has an A on the bottom, and it will look like this. These will just give bonus points at the end of the game. And then this side will give you like a special power during the game. So since we're just doing a basic how to learn how to play the game, I'm going to just go ahead and use this side, and I'll use the most red that I've got, and I'll use the most blue character that I've got. That'll kind of guide some of my gameplay stuff. All right, so each player is going to take one of those. Again, I'm going to play on the basic side, and we'll talk about what those mean in a little bit. And then we're going to have a couple of different boards, so we'll take those out. These boards here are, oh crap, what do they call them? The harvest boards, I think. And each player is going to get one. This side here is the basic side. So kind of take a look at, you can see the artwork's different, but you can kind of take a look at the general structure of these icons. It's it almost looks like bricks kind of a thing. This is the advanced side, and as of right now, again, these are prototypes. There's no A side or anything listed, but this is the basic side. And then this side over here with the diagonals and such, this is the advanced side. For this video, we're going to stick with the basic side on both of these, but there you go. There's the other one too. It has those diagonal lines. So we're going to stick to the basic side, give one to each player like that. All right, let's start setting up the main play area now that we've kind of taken everything out that we needed to take out. There are these boards here, and I kind of wish that they had a letter on them or something, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and set these up in a line. This is going to be the main play area. So the first tile that you're looking for is this one. All right, it's going to go right here. And then basically, even though there's no letters, you just look at the picture on the back, and it's going to create, I don't know, mosaic's not the right word. Panorama, I don't know. It's going to create an image. So you just want to make sure that all of those pictures match up. Oh, I went off camera like this. Here, let me pull that down. There. Something like that. Okay? So you're going to lay out those 6 boards in, or those 5 boards in this shape. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the cards, the non-boat cards. So those are the ones that look like these. Oh man, now I've got to shuffle again. And what we're going to do is we're going to place the whole pile right underneath this, this 6 die here. But we're going to do it face up. Okay, so I'm going to just take these, flip it over. We're going to go face up. And what we want to do is populate this area with cards. So I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to pull one here, one here, one here, here, and here. Oh man, maybe those didn't get shuffled in all that well. That's all right. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the boat cards and do something similar. Let's do another quick shuffle. And, oh, yeah, I just had to double check. I'm good. Okay, so these cards also go face up right here. And same idea, we're just going to populate one here, and one here. All right, something like that. And then from there, we basically just want to make sure that we have our tea leaves kind of in this general area like this. Okay, we got to do a little bit more setup right here, so let me zoom in, or I guess adjust the camera. And what we want to do on this side is we're going to take our 6 harvest tokens and you kind of mix them up. They do have a light side and a darker side. Well, oh no. Well, some of these are light and some of them are darker. So just ignore that part. What you want to do is shuffle these up. And we want to lay out the 6 of them and just orient them kind of like this. Okay. Did I get that right? I did get that right. And yes, my understanding is here's a tricky thing that at least came up in my brain with respect to the rulebook. If you look at this picture right here, it kind of shows that all of the numbers are on one space, like they're all facing the same way. And here you can see I have that a little bit different. So just doing a little bit of double checking, it sounds like mechanically it doesn't necessarily matter, but you probably want to have them all facing the same direction. In fact, I could have gone the other direction with these just to match the rule book. The idea is that they kind of change because these markers are going to move from one side of the board to the other side of the board, and they flip. So just by kind of keeping them all the same orientation, you can kind of track when you've flipped the markers over to the other side or not. So it doesn't matter too much, but either way, try to make them look nice. And I do like that they look nice and then you flip them over to the other side. So something like that, but at least they're shuffled up this way. And then you're going to go ahead and take this harvest guy and put them right here. Usually, of course, you'd be standing it up, but we'll go like this. And I'm going to hand this over to the blue player. This marker will be passed around to mark who is the first player for each round, but I'm going to go ahead and start with the blue player being our first player. And if you've ever watched any of my videos, not only do I like to have, all of these pieces be the blue pieces or whatever, but I usually like to put a blue paper underneath just so as the camera's bouncing around, it's extremely clear who we're focusing on like that. Now I got to figure out a good place to put these dice because we're actually going to be surrounding this board with cards. In fact, I kind of want to go like this because there are going to be cards all the way around this board, on top, on the bottom, and on the sides. And then, sure, I'll go ahead and put the dice here, and we'll just dump the dice into the tray. And I guess we'll keep this card here-ish, and we'll put the coin like that. Why not? And let's get the red player set up in a very similar fashion. I think I did like this. Something to that effect. We'll keep the dice over here. And we'll put the card here. Because I don't think we'll ever have cards in the corners, so that'll look nice. Sure, something like that. So that's the setup for the game. You can see it's a beautiful game. A lot of great table presence here. And again, these dice trays are not typical in a basic version of the game, but you can add them in on the current Kickstarter, or you can probably go buy it from their website. But yeah, that's what it's going to look like. If you're interested in seeing me play through a game, all of the games are 2-player. This is a 2-player game. So if you're interested in seeing me play through a game of this, go ahead and click on the link in the description of this video. I will be teaching you how to play the game as I legit just play through a full round of the basic version of the game. And again, I say it's the basic version because we're using the basic sides of our characters and of these harvest boards here. All right, hope that was helpful. I will see you in the next video. Bye.